I lost over $6,000 on a tenant I never should have approved, and it all came down to one mistake in how I picked a property manager. If you're starting real estate in midlife, this video might save you thousands. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing how I find, vet, and manage property managers, especially for out-of-state rentals. This topic came straight out of your comments, so thank you for that. If you're in your 40s, maybe starting late like I did, and you're curious how to manage property managers from afar without losing sleep or money, stick around. This isn't a how-to from an expert. This is just a real-world playbook of lessons, wins, and some painful mistakes from my first 4 years in the game. Quick backstory. I bought my first rental at 40 in 2021. I didn't have any background in real estate. I just read a lot of books, forums, and figured it out as I went. If you're wondering what books helped me the most, I'll leave those linked below. The first part of this video is how I find property managers. I find them on Zillow and Redfin. I search active rental listings in the area and call property managers directly. I've found that this is a great test of how responsive they are. The second is I do Google search. It sounds obvious, but I do look for property managers on Google and I just call them. And the third is referrals. This is big. I ask my real estate agent, other investors, and communities like Bigger Pockets and One Rental at a Time. The second part of this video is how I vet property managers. One of my most expensive mistakes is that I assumed a good manager in one market could handle another market 40 minutes away. That manager couldn't find a qualified tenant. We rushed and signed someone who didn't meet the criteria, and the tenant trashed the property. It cost me $6,000 in repairs and months in vacancy. So now I vet property managers based on, number one, superior local market knowledge. I want someone who knows the zip code, not just the general area. If a property manager can tell me which streets and very specific areas of the zip code are good or bad, that's a green flag. The second thing that I look for is responsiveness. If I message them and they don't respond within 24 hours, that's a no. Poor communication now means poor tenant communication later. The third is incentive alignment. I avoid managers who charge 10 to 15% on top of repairs. I want a partner, not someone profiting from my expenses. The fourth is systems and processes. The best managers have checklists, systems, and processes, like pre-screening tenants before showings, simple troubleshooting for maintenance and repairs, like checking the breaker before calling an electrician. Those processes can save me hundreds of dollars. The fifth is midterm goals. I once had a great property manager, but after a year, he moved up in his company and handed my property to someone I hadn't vetted. Now I ask property managers I interview, what are your goals in the next 2 to 3 years? It's not foolproof, but it helps me reduce property management turnover. And the last is references. I always ask for references. I reach out to other investors and ask, what is your experience with this property manager? How does this property manager handle repairs and maintenance? Would you hire this person again? I found that asking for references is also a great way to network with other investors in my area. I ask the references what they invest in, how long they've been investing, and tell them about myself as well. I've learned that the more people I know in my market, the better it is. And the third and last part is how I manage property managers. Once I hire someone, here's how I set us up for success. The first is I set clear expectations. Tenant quality is number one. I want long-term tenants who pay on time and take care of the property. I share my own network of contractors and appliance warranties, and I ask for 3 quotes on anything over $500. Second, I trust, but I verify. I ask for pictures of completed repairs, receipts, and warranty details. I'm not micromanaging, I just want visibility. The third is I build a relationship with them. I like to think of them as teammates, partners, not employees. I try to be as responsive to them as I expect them to be with me. I have found that a good property manager is gold. You don't want to lose one over poor communication or misalignment. So those are the systems and lessons I've learned, some the hard way. If you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and starting your real estate journey, I hope this helps you skip a few of the mistakes I made. What did I miss? How do you manage your property managers? Let's learn from each other in the comments. Also, if there are any topics that you'd like me to make videos of, please drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. I've got more real estate lessons from a midlife lens coming soon. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.